3 PLR product mistakes to avoid. Selling a PLR product is one of the simplest ways to start earning large amounts of money online without needing to invest huge amounts of time and money, and without requiring any particular practical skills. But that's not to say that making money through PLR products is a sure thing. There is certainly an art to choosing the right products and then maximizing their earning potential. So let's take a look at some of the biggest mistakes that you need to avoid, and how you can ensure you make the most money possible from your initial investment. 1. Investing in the wrong product. One of the worst things you can possibly do as a PLR product reseller is to invest in the wrong product initially. In most cases, this means buying a product that is poorly made by someone who doesn't truly care about the quality of their end product, and/or who lacks the skill to create something worthwhile. As a reseller, your job is to provide value to your audience. You need to offer more value than you are charging, which should be easy, seeing as how you have no overhead once you've made the initial purchase. If your item is written in pidgin English, or if it is only a few pages long, then you will face a backlash from your customers that will damage your reputation and potentially lead to a lot of returns. Choose wisely and always do your research to ensure that the product has been designed with care and attention to detail. 2. Charging the wrong price. Charging too much for what is essentially a digital download is a quick way to offend your potential buyers and to make far fewer sales than you otherwise could. Almost just as bad, though, is to charge too little for your product, which will instantly make it appear less valuable and less interesting as a result. Would you bother with a $3 download? You can probably get that information elsewhere for free. Ultimately, the price you charge needs to reflect the quality of the product and the value you offer. But that's also something that you can test and tweak to find the perfect selling point. 3. Not doing enough marketing. With a good PLR package, you should not only get the actual product to start reselling, but also the marketing materials to help you do that. Your responsibility, then, is simply to make sure that enough people are seeing those marketing materials. And that's where marketing comes in. Whether you are using AdWords or a private mailing list, make sure you're doing something to reach your audience. 3 things to try if your PLR product isn't selling. Selling PLR products is a relatively low-risk business model. You spend a small amount to purchase both the book and the license to resell it and make changes, and from there, you put a sales funnel in place and start making sales. In most cases, you won't even need to write your own sales script, as you'll get that free with the product itself. It's literally a copy and paste business model, and usually you'll have broken even after just a few sales. But that doesn't mean you can rest on your laurels. It's still frustrating and wasteful when products don't sell the way you expect them to, and so you shouldn't just give up and allow this to happen. Here are 3 different methods you can use to encourage sales and turn a slow starter into a roaring success. 1. Change the price. Altering the price point is a great way to get more attention for a digital product. If it's not selling, then perhaps you're asking too much for it right now. Lowering the cost could sweeten the deal enough to help get the ball rolling. Likewise, you can also manipulate the price in the short term to offer limited-time deals. You might sell the product for a discounted price for a short time, for instance, which can help you to pick up momentum thanks to the sense of urgency that will then surround the product. 2. Change the title. The title is what gives your product context and what defines your audience. By changing this, you can make your book sound more exciting and appealing, and at the same time, you can also slightly change the target audience. If you're willing to edit the interior slightly, then you can take this even further, too. 3. Fix the sales copy. Failing that, try taking a closer look at your sales copy. Are you really selling the advantages of the book? Are you making it sound truly exciting and unique? An important thing to focus on in this regard is something called the value proposition. Value proposition refers to the inherent value that your book offers beyond the sum of its parts. How will your book change the lives of the people who read it? Will they be happier, more confident, more energetic, richer? Will they find it easier to meet members of the opposite sex? Speak to the emotional value of your product, and you'll be amazed what a difference this can make. 5 reasons that selling PLR products is a great strategy. PLR products are products that give you private label rights. This means you can not only resell them to your heart's content, but also make any edits or changes you see fit. Over the course of this presentation, you'll discover why this is one of the very best business models out there, and why it's definitely one you should consider. 1. There's no risk. PLR products tend to be relatively affordable, meaning that you are making just one small purchase with an almost unlimited potential profit margin. If you don't manage to find an audience for what you're selling, though, you'll have lost very little in terms of time or money, allowing you to simply try again. 2. Anyone can do it. Creating a digital product is something that requires a little more skill and patience than you might think. To make an ebook, for instance, you need to have writing skills, as well as something good to say, and a lot of self-will. Conversely, selling PLR products allows anyone to get in on the action. 3. The products are high quality. Even if you do have the skill to create an ebook or an online course, the fact remains that you probably won't be able to make something as professional or polished as the pros. This is what those product creators do every single day for their income, and it's a skill they've honed. They have all the latest software for image creation and formatting, and they will delegate each job to someone who is highly experienced in that area. 4. You get marketing materials too. Selling PLR products is essentially a copy and paste business. That is to say that you can simply grab the work that a creator has already done and then put it into place in your own sales funnel. This doesn't just apply to the product itself, but also to the marketing, the sales page, and the advertising. 5. You can choose something that's already successful. Risk gets diminished even further when you consider that you'll be selling something that is already a proven hit. Choose a product that's already selling, and that way you know it at least has the potential to move big numbers. This is the kind of assurance you just can't get with any other business. The only thing that changes is the bank account that the money is ending up in. Yours. How much should you charge for a PLR product? Once you've bought the private label rights license for a product, it falls to you to decide how you want to go about marketing it, pricing it, and even presenting it in order to best appeal to your target audience. For all intents and purposes, this is now every bit your product, and entirely yours to decide how you want to go about selling. So if it's not selling as it should, it's likely something that you can fix by simply tweaking a few variables. Among the most important of these is price. But what is a good price for an ebook or a course? Were you selling a physical product as a reseller, then you might use a pricing strategy called keystone pricing. This means that you charge twice the amount you pay for it when buying it from wholesalers. While this is fairly standard, it only works if each individual unit has a cost associated with it. If you're selling a digital product, on the other hand, you'll only pay once and have the ability to make unlimited sales from that point onward. But you can still think in terms of profit margin. One question to ask is how many sales you are willing to make before you reach break-even. Break-even is the point at which your revenue meets your initial expense, so that you're in profit with each subsequent sale. So, if you spent $100 on a PLR product and then sold it for $20, you would need to sell 5 to reach break-even. How long will this take? And how does that fit with your cash flow? How many units can you realistically expect to shift, and how quickly? Another consideration is the amount of value that you're offering your buyers. It's very important that your book or course appears to offer value for money, but in reality, your buyers won't know for sure until they actually own it and can start reading it. If your book fails to deliver the kind of value that it should, then they will be incensed and potentially demand a refund. At the very least, they will be highly unlikely to order from you in the future. This is why it can often be a good idea to add value to your PLR product by introducing more content, etc. Eventually, this would allow you to charge a large amount and still feel confident that you are delivering value.